Hey, what's up guys? Eric here. I want to talk to you about a few tips that may give you a little bit of an edge over selling shirts online when we come back. Alright, so you're getting into the idea of selling shirts online. Here's something important to know, that especially if you are just sending somebody directly to a t-shirt site, it might not be a bad idea to have your own domain name and then redirect them from the domain name to the actual site. Because if you've got an actual domain name of your own, it might show a little bit more credibility in what you're doing. Let's say you're making t-shirts about dogs, ilovedogtshirt.com. Let's say that it hasn't been taken and you take it, and then the shirts that you're representing, let's say at Teepublic, involve shirts about dogs. Instead of saying your store is at teepublic.com/ilovedogs, it'll look a lot better and cleaner if you say, come check out my website, ilovedogtshirts.com, and then they're redirected to the actual site where they can buy the shirt. Just a thought about when you're getting into the idea of selling shirts online, especially if they're not yours and you're just selling them and you become, say, like a third party, for instance. Alright, but let's talk about a few tips that are going to help you out and give you some leverage when selling. Number one, know your audience. You've got to know your audience. So if I am promoting, let's say for instance, shirts about cars, I definitely want to target people who are into race cars. So if I've got a Facebook account and I'm adding people to it, I might look specifically for people who are into cars to add to my page. Now make sure that you do have everything congruent to it as well. So in other words, you want to set up a Facebook page, you want to set up maybe a Twitter page, maybe you want to set up a YouTube channel. But make sure that whatever picture you use for your profile pic, for instance, is congruent to everything else. So make sure you know your target audience. Start thinking about those people, those specific people that you want to target to. You have to be very concise when you're marketing yourself and when you're marketing a product. The problem that a lot of people have, it seems like, is they're all over the place. So if they don't hone in on that and that target audience, then you could be wasting a lot of time as well as money. That's why when you do a Facebook ad, for instance, they've really narrowed it down to specifics, whether it's gender, whether it's hobbies. So use these to your advantage. Number one, know your audience. Number two, what is the message you're trying to send? As a brand, what is it that you're trying to convey? A lot of big companies will use, let's say for instance Arby's, they say they've got the meats. Okay, so we know that that is their trademark. That is what they're trying to convey, is they've got the meats, and they use it in the commercial every single time. Nike, just do it. So whatever your brand that you're building, make sure that you are using it in a way that makes them feel like they've got authority, makes them feel like they understand where you're coming from. There's a connection there. So there has to be a connection with that. So remember that. Number two, what is the message you're trying to convey? Tip number three, going to make this real quick. So whatever you're trying to put out there, think of quality and not quantity. If we're going for quantity, we might hit a few ideas that work really well. Really think about the ideas that you're putting out there. So for instance, I saw a shirt, it was a bear, and they were trying to convey the idea of a mama bear. So this target audience would be more women that are pregnant. It was a bear, and at the bottom it said mama bear. Kind of interesting. So you want to put out quality ideas on a shirt, and more than likely they will sell a lot better if you put the time and the energy into it, as opposed to just putting a bunch of stuff out there and see what sticks at the wall. Think about the quality of what you're trying to put out there and not quantity. So that's number three. Okay, and the last tip here is just to stay active with what you're doing with the brand. In other words, keep posting. You don't have to overpost, but let's say you're posting a couple times a week on Instagram, or you're posting a couple times a week on YouTube. Whatever you do, stay consistent with it, and the people that are watching or subscribing, they're going to see it continually. It will be a constant reminder, kind of like a commercial. That's why they show multiple times the commercials when you're watching a TV show. You will get used to seeing it. So make sure that you are active and make sure that you interact with people. For instance, if somebody says something about a shirt idea that you have, be sure to answer back. Don't ignore the idea that they actually wrote to you. Answer back and maybe say something like, well, geez, if you like this shirt and we appreciate your comment, check out this shirt as well that you might be interested in. Just stay connected with the people that are writing to you and stay active with the brand. So by doing that, again, you're just showing interest in your audience, and hopefully all of these tips will help out to sort of grow your business as an entrepreneur. Thanks again for watching, guys. See you real soon.